And in one school, which I really liked, and I really liked the teacher, didn't have any issues. And then one day, the older daughter came home and said that her teacher had said that before white people came to Ghana, we were naked and we didn't have shoes.
Oh.
And I said to her, well, that's not really true. And she said, but teacher so-and-so said it.
I'm going back to where I belong. You're the reason why I'm singing this song. But I did you no wrong. But you broke my heart. I'm going back.
So now that you've built your school, let's talk about the ins and outs of your day to day.
Okay.
You know, you've mentioned about you're in the UK sometimes and then you're here, but are you here mostly now because you're running the school?
Yes. Well, since my parents passed, my dad also passed 2020.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, and they always insisted that I go back with the children. So since they passed, you know, I still go back and do my few months of the year. But I'm more inclined to spend longer here. So for running of the school, we have a very active board. It's quite diverse, Ghanaian, Caribbean, British, and they take an active day-to-day watch. You know, they have an active interest in how the school is run. They help with the recruitment and with the training and supervision, and we do let go of teachers when they don't perform. Yeah, we make sure that we do that, regardless of the relationship that we've built up, because we want to ensure that we're delivering excellence. And in order to do that, you know, you need your teachers to really be on board.
Yeah.
They have to believe in your vision, and they have to accept and embody your values, you know. So the vision of the school is to inspire future leaders through holistic education that champions global enterprise and innovation. And it's a big vision, but as my mum said, we can do it.
Yes.
And we'll get there.
We're parents, you know, we moved back to Ghana with small children, and schools is one of the things that everyone is talking about when they're moving with kids. Some people choose to homeschool. We chose to find a bit of both, really. It's a homeschool school which turned into a school. So a homeschool mother turned it into a school. Very similar to yourself.
Very similar to us, yeah.
So what are some of the things parents need to be looking out for when they're looking for schools? You know, my husband Sam's always said he wishes we could pick up your school and put it next to our house because your values are very strong and you're teaching children about African history. We came here for that.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give to parents who are looking for schools?
Well, I think it's so important that children are given self-confidence. Nowadays, one of the things we say to the teachers is teachers are redundant because everything that the child needs to learn is online.
Right.
So what's your role? It can't be, you can't be there just to give them information because they can find it themselves. So the role of the teachers of the school is to assist the child in learning how to apply the knowledge that they've acquired. So we craft our curriculum around that. So we have project work where the children have to use all the different subject matters and create their own individual project. So we have a theme for each year, we have a theme for each term, which is on the board here. So for term 1, the theme is Wonders of Nature. Term 2 is Scientific Breakthroughs, and term 3 is Global Humanity. So the class teacher will discuss with the class what they understand by wonders of nature. It can be anything. And then each child will decide what piques their interest and then do their own research. Yes, looking at the historical origins, geographical, if there's a bit of French in there, They also look at the entrepreneurial aspect of the subject. So as well as project work, we focus heavily on African history.
I was going to ask, yeah.
It's everything, you know. It means everything to know who you are and what you have achieved. And so we name our classrooms after inventors. We've named one of the classrooms after Dr. Gladys West, who, I think there's a picture of her in here, and she invented
I need to learn my African history, you see.
She invented the GPS.
Yes, I saw that recently.
Yes,
yeah.
You know, so in fact, what changed for me was, aside from studying, you know, my ancient African history and working in a Saturday school in South London before deciding to move here, what changed for me, what piqued my interest into the contributions that we continue to make, was going to see the film Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
Yes, I went with my dad and the children and a niece and a sister-in-law, and we didn't know what the film was about, we didn't know what to expect. And when I left the movie theatre, I was blown, we were all blown away. You know, the conversation was, you know, we were just shaking our heads and thinking, well, if that's hidden, if something as enormous and significant as that is hidden, then what else is hidden? So we started doing just general research around current inventors and their contributions, and I made some boards. There's some other boards around in the school, but my favourite modern inventor is Idris Sandu.
Yeah.
But he's a young man of Ghanaian parentage, and he's a software developer, and he designed software used by Snapchat, Instagram, Uber, and he designed the autonomous collision interface software.
Ooh.
Yes, which is the software that enables driverless cars.
Whoa.
Yes, and he's done so many things. I don't remember all of it, but we did a video about him. Can I mention our little YouTube channel for the school?
Yeah, we'll put the link of the video in our description box.
Yeah, so we did a video about him. And so many other inventors, the microphone, there's a lady this lady here, she invented 3D cartoons, so many things that we look at in the modern world and we identify with modernity and technology and development, and somebody else are actually things that we did. And when children know that, it transforms them.
Yes.
It raises their self-esteem, their self-confidence, and it changes their vision for their own life.
Yeah.
You know, and not to say that you know, being a Rihanna isn't fantastic, because of course they're the ones making all the money. You know,
but it goes beyond entertainment, which is refreshing,
right,
and important, because entertainment isn't all we are here to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to run fast and to jump high, we can do that too.
Yes.
But the light bulb, you know, we gave the world light. Lewis Latimer invented the filament that enabled the light bulb to be used. Before then, there was light, and then it would die. But in order for us to have street lights, lights in our home, lights on our vehicles, in order for us to have light in the world, it took Lewis Latimer to do that. And when our children are aware of that, then it's transformative.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It was interesting, you know, coming to Ghana, and we had assumed that we just plug our children into school and automatically they'll learn African history.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately, that's not the case in a lot of the schools that we have,
Yes.
which is why we really wanted to highlight yours. It's very
Thank you.
important to empower children to know where they're from.
Yes.
Do you also teach the Ghana languages?
We do. For those children who are not, who don't speak Tree or Ga as a first language, and we do have Tree and or Ga lessons.
Yeah.
We focus on culture, African culture, in terms of dance, the music. You know, we try to celebrate Ghanaian culture and traditions as much as we possibly can, but we try to also show the expanse of African culture. So in the admin office, we've got a list under our loudspeaker system of African composers, African classical music composers, because that's also something that gets left behind. You know? Yes, we do everything. We drum, and we play the violin, we play the guitar, we do everything. We are not limited. We want our children to not be limited, and we are not going to contribute to the limitations by saying black people only do this. You know, black people only listen to this music, black people only play this sport. We're not going to contribute to that.
You have done an amazing job, and I want to say on behalf of, I know, Ghana Bound, thank you, because you're making a real intentional effort to bring that back and to educate, I'm sure not just children, but adults, because even I'm learning right now. So what's next for you? You know, you've done this for all these years now. What's next moving forward?
Okay, yeah, so what really motivated us to start homeschooling, there were two things that happened at school. The children attended local schools about 6, we moved them about 6 times, the older child. And in one school, which I really liked, and I really liked the teacher, didn't have any issues, and then one day the older daughter came home and said that her teacher had said that before white people came to Ghana, we were naked and we didn't have shoes. And I said to her, well, that's not really true. And she said, but teacher so-and-so said it. And then I realized that it was always going to be a tussle between what we were teaching at home and what she was learning at school. So that was strike one. And then the last straw was when the younger child, this is after we moved them from that school, moved to another school. This was the last school we moved them to before we homeschooled. In that school, the younger child came home with homework about the roles within the family. And I looked at the homework. She was just sitting there looking at the book for a long time. So I looked at the homework to see what her issue was. And she was saying, the homework, she was saying, Mummy, so the role, it says here, the role of the woman is to look after the baby, cook the food, and clean the house. And the role of the man is to give her money to pay for the rent and to pay for school fees. And is that what I should put? And I said, okay, let's go, when we go back tomorrow, then I'll talk to the teacher. So I explained to the teacher, it's a bit of an issue with this homework. And she said, it's in the BCE, which is the basic examination certificate here. And if they don't know it, they'll fail. And I thought, you know, we had a discussion at home and we thought, well, if that's what's in the curriculum, then unfortunately we need to take a step out. We need to step out and do what we know. So we used the British curriculum for core and then added in those things that we mentioned, the African history, entrepreneurship. They did yoga, we introduced Qigong, we introduced project, and all the different things that we wanted the children to learn and do. And because we homeschool, they also had time to do drama, swimming. They did music as part of homeschooling. So we just created our own syllabus.
Okay. So now you've established this school. What year did you establish the school?
We started in 2019, did a term, and then the pandemic happened and we closed for 2 years.
Wow.
So we resumed fully in 2021, September.
Hey. Perfect.
Yes. And so now the vision is to continue to grow the student population with parents that share our values. Our values spell ARISE, African-centered, responsible, international, self-disciplined and ethical, with an emphasis on African-centered. We do offer a few boarding places. We call African Village Learning Experience. We offer a few boarding places, mostly for Key Stage 3 boys. So for parents that are interested in that, those places are now open. We do, as well as African history, we do drama. So we're looking at potentially partnering to create Pan-African drama, inter-schools drama competition. We are also working with someone in financial literacy.
Brilliant.
So yes, so we want to expand that, maybe have some Dragon's Den events and so on. Yeah, so it's basically just to continue to develop what we're doing and stick to the vision.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So for anyone who's now in the UK or the West or China, anywhere they're watching from, that's really feeling like they want to return, the diaspora that want to come back, are there any words of advice that you've got for them, for Ghana specifically?
I'd say don't think about it too much. Yes, don't think about it too much, because you have to be flexible, you have to be adaptable. So come with that mindset. Come with the mindset that no matter what you find on the ground, you can stay here, and also be ready, especially for those coming now that everything is so expensive and a lot more regulated. I'd say come with the mindset of collaboration. Come to collaborate. It's wonderful if you've got $1 million and you can build something huge and amazing, but if you don't have that, then be realistic and join forces with other like-minded people and build. That's something that we see so many other people doing. Our Asian cousins, fantastic at it. We have a lot of Lebanese here, and they make sure that they join together with their community and help each other to grow and build. And I think returnees also need to start doing that. Yeah.
Amazing and powerful words. Thank you so much for your time and for taking us around your lovely school. For anyone who's got more questions about the school, of course, we've got the deets, so we'll put them in the description box below and put you straight in touch with the school. Thank you again, and thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe. If you liked it, click the like, and definitely share this with anyone and everyone you know, especially for those parents out there. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm going back to where I belong. You're the reason why I'm singing this song.